the worst redesigns of all time.
You know the quote, be the change you want to see in the world? Well, I'm pretty sure when it was said, it meant everyone except the people who made the Bob the Builder reboot. About a month ago, I made the mistake of asking people on Twitter
Dude, Bob the Builder reboot, any reboot for that matter. That's not even a redesign necessarily, but I think the idea of rebooting most shows, cartoons, or movies is stupid. Because you're trying to redesign something that worked because a lot of companies are incapable of coming up with something that's actually creative. So they just repackage and rebrand something to make it seem like it's cool, and they just build the hype for it. It's so annoying. That's not even just movies or TV shows that do that. That's also brand space. Like, I mean, for example, for like people that enjoy beer, Busch Light, one of their best selling products is Busch Apple. They sold it for like a while, got rid of it for years, brought it back for a month, and it's gone again. The reason they do that, they'll do the same thing with McDonald's McRib, because they just build hype. But that's not even redesigns. That's just, you know, people just reformatting shit and just rebuilding hype for it.
What they thought the worst redesign of all time was, not realizing that it was home to the most passionate Bob the Builder fandom on the entire planet. Because I was spammed with an army of blue check marks, copy-pasting the exact same tweet about Velma.
Oh my god, Chuck E. Cheese is the worst redesign. Chuck E. Cheese is the worst redesign. Holy fuck. What happened to Chuck E. Cheese? Now it's some bitch-ass mouse. Now it's some mouse. Chuck E. Cheese used to be some hard-ass mafia member that was like, oh, scary and rugged, and like he was cool. And now he's an annoying hip mouse. Old Chuck E. Cheese. Cool rat. Cool rat. Chester E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese. Look at him. That's what everybody loves and remembers. So annoying.
And April O'Neil, as if they're allowed to have an opinion on anything when they literally pay for Twitter, and the other half were porn bots. And I don't want to talk about any of that weak shit, okay? I'm talking about how you can see the exact moment the guy who was designing Mega Man got divorced. As I'm sure we all know, people historically really love change, and have absolutely never freaked out and overreacted about things not looking exactly the same for the rest of time.
This show basically kicks Thundercats in the balls, and then it rips the balls off, and then it throws the balls on the ground after pissing on the balls.
Now, maybe I'm just used to it, because like a lot of the stuff I grew up with wasn't as concerned with consistent character design as it was like harvesting all of my pocket money by selling toys. Like, you know, as
I don't think character redesign is bad. I think there's two things that are wrong with redesigns today. Simplification of things and logos to try and make everything look monotonous and the same. And the kidification of cartoons. I think Disney and all these other companies that want to redesign characters go, we're going to get really big, glossy eyes. We're going to make them look smooth like a bowling ball. And we're going to have them be unbearably annoying. And we're going to make their voice 10 times higher pitch. And we're gonna make them just be the one really annoying character that used to be in old movies, but now it's all of them.
As a kid whose special interest was sinking thousands of my parents' savings into Bionicles, all of these guys went through like a new design every year with
Teen Titans. Dude, they made Robin Hood a fucking loser. Or not Robin Hood. Who's the sidekick for Batman? Robin Hood. Yeah. Right, they made Robin Hood a fucking loser. Robin Hood used to be a badass. Now he's just a pussy.
Gradually fluctuating levels of elbows. So, you know, between being a Power Rangers fan and my absent
Oh, not Robin Hood. Robin. Batman and Robin. What's Robin Hood? Robin Hood's the investment app, right? Robin Hood where you invest like your fucking Acorn money or whatever it's called. I'm mixing up fucking random YouTube ads I've seen.
I kind of just got used to never being attached to anything. And now you get to experience what being on a first date with me is like, because I'm going to talk about Ben 10 for 30 minutes. There was not a single miss in the OG show, okay? Every single alien wouldn't be safe to eat because they're all so fucking raw. And then like even when they did the sequel series, Alien Force, and changed the entire art style, I still think pretty much every redesign was a glow up as long as we don't talk about
Yeah, it just, everything looks higher quality. They still kept the same design style.
But then, when they made the fourth show, Omniverse, and changed the entire art style again, they suddenly decided that all of these fucking suck, actually, and went out of their way to redesign every single alien in the entire series, and also retroactively canonize that all of them used to be butt-ass naked.
This still isn't that bad, though. You know what I mean? Like, to a kid, this is an unrecognizable difference. Outside of there being no clothes.
naked. Even the aliens that started out looking the same would show up with the most dogshit redesign of all time a few episodes later. Like, they knew that they couldn't possibly top my goat Swampfire, so they dedicated an entire episode to turning him into complete shit. Like, the ones that got the biggest upgrade were the ones that already looked like shit to begin with. Like, when your alien starts out by looking like a red ball sack, the only place to go is up, really. But it wasn't the only show to redesign the whole cast in between seasons, like Jake Long, American Dragon, being another tragic victim of the Ozempic epidemic. You look at, like, the Mystery Incorporated Scooby-Doo gang compared to the series that came out 5 years later that looks like a fat...
Bro, that does look bad. Ugh. It looks like Big Mouth. Oh, it looks like Big Mouth. Like right here. Oh, I fucking hate that. That's also another cartoon thing, the Big Mouth verse. Just make everything look like it's from that stupid fucking show that's a piece of shit and just makes terrible jokes for fucking 7 seasons straight.
Let's talk about Ninja Turtles, okay? TMNT's a series that's been around for a while, but hasn't had too many big changes, really. Like, they've had a lot of different...
No, they made it. It's kidification. Kidification. Look. They look like... The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles went from looking like teenagers to looking like toddlers.
Like, they've had a lot of different versions, sure, but generally they keep to looking pretty much the same, like 4 identical turtles who like pizza and want to bang a human.
Do you sometimes wish that April was a turtle?
Oh, bro, I've been trying to talk her into an interspecies relationships for months now.
Whoa, chill, man.
Until Nickelodeon did Rise of the TMNT, where they made the turtles actually distinct from one another for the first time ever, which caused absolutely
No, this looks awesome.
Issues with the most tolerant fan base of all time.
Everybody hates me!
No, little dude. Honest.
Hold on. I hate him.
I fucking hate that. I loved the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They all just look the same, but they had different fucking headbands. I always wanted to be Raphael. I thought Raphael was badass. Which one did you want to be? Raphael was cool. Or Donatello. This is Michelangelo. I wanted to be Michelangelo or Raphael.
Hold on. I hate him.
Same thing happened with the new movie they did, where these guys were losing their goddamn minds over the fact that they made April O'Neil not as hot as she was in the original show. Because apparently the only thing that makes good character design to these people is how easy it is to jack off to it. Which, like, don't even look that bad when you look at, like, the Michael Bay ones that look like Craig from Halo Infinite, okay? Suddenly Raph looking like Sonic Boom Knuckles isn't that bad, alright? And oh yeah, remember that time?
Well, I don't think you can make a realistic looking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle without it looking weird.
And they tried to redesign the entire main Sonic cast by drowning them in toilet paper and anabolic steroids. I love Tails. I love Amy. Sonic is also there too. But that Knuckles is not it, bro. And, you know, they might not look that different to any normal person watching, but you gotta understand, okay? These are Sonic fans we're talking about.
I want Sonic's arm to not be blue.
It's not like shitty redesigns and cartoons are a new thing anyway. Like, there was this 80s show called Captain N about a dude who teams up with a bunch of NES characters, where in every episode I feel like I'm on the top page of Pornhub because all I'm seeing is so much ass.
Simon Belmont, Kid Icarus, Mega Man? You guys aren't real.
It's the exact same thing with, like, redesigned corporate logos, right?
Redesign corporate logos in buildings, bro. I love minimalism. And I love the idea of having, like, a simplistic, futuristic-looking thing. But I miss, like, when old fast food places looked different. Now, if you removed the logo on, like, fast food places or just building offices in general, they all look the same until you put, like, a big-ass M on it. Or, like, the Wendy's fucking logo. Like, they all just look the same. And then when they change, like, just like, staples in general, or just regular-ass logos for, like, PetSmart or whatever it may be. Like, why are we doing redesigns? That's not going to make your brand more popular. Just keep it what it used to be. It's what's known, and it makes your brand recognizable. Like, I don't want to say if you're going to do a redesign for a logo as a big company, do it early. But once you're known, it's that forever. You're never changing it. Because if you do change it, people are going to hate you.
Where for some reason, every couple decades, any company with a really successful and easily recognizable logo feels compelled to order this contractually mandated downgrade.
Okay, well, that was just Elon Musk being a fucking idiot. I still call it Twitter. When will it be called X? Next generation. When people grow up with X being X. That's when. When they grow up and they're like, hey, what is this app? It just says X.
Where they piss away literally millions of dollars to suck out all of the sauce until they look like a fucking accounting firm. Like, look at Petco, bro. They killed the fucking dogs.
Yeah, why did they do that? Like, what? I want to be a fly on the wall during the meeting where some idiot getting paid fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars was like, we need to change the logo, guys. Petco, that's what we need. We need it to look like you're gonna walk into this store and buy a pair of jeans. We want you to walk into this store and go, hey, I might find jeans and maybe some Doritos at the checkout aisle here, and that's about it. What is this? This doesn't look like a pet store.
The fucking dogs. Gap unironically hired some guy to open Microsoft Paint and then chuck the default font in a blue square in the corner, which cost them $100 million and then didn't even last a week before they changed it back. Sometimes it's for the best though. Like, you ever see what the old Ronald McDonald used to look like?
Okay, but that's mascots. That's not even redesigns. The fuck is that? Oh my god, I was just talking about Chuck E. Cheese. Never mind, it is redesigns.
I'm not saying that,
but that's a physical person mascot.
Simpler is bad every time, okay? Like, at least the aliens in the Ben 10 reboot are actually possible for 8-year-old kids to make fan art of, okay? Trying to work out how the fuck to draw Wildvine as a kid was definitely responsible for like half of my mental health issues. But as a 37-year-old balding depressed man, I'm old enough to have grown up exclusively with all of those like creepy ass British claymation shows that nowadays all have the exact same Cocomelon ass art style where they—
Bro, but look, it's the kidification. It's the kidification. They need to make everything look shiny where it's like, like a fucking like Minions. I think Cocomelon and Despicable Me ruined modern fucking animation. Illumination Entertainment killed modern animation. They made everybody go, oh, we just have to make everything look cute, and then that'll fix it. Like, why does Barney look like that? Why don't we keep Barney like Barney? That don't look like Barney. That looks like some off-brand ass fucking dinosaur show. Winnie the Pooh looks like that now? What the fuck does Winnie the Pooh... Is there a Winnie the Pooh show?
like insurance mascots.
That's Dora. That one works. Because, I don't know. I think, like, with Dora, it works because Dora just looks low quality. Like, it looks like it's from 2005. Like, that just looks updated.
Like, the new Bob the Builder looks like the before and after of taking 5 years of continuous methamphetamine. But, like, I don't know, maybe these all just look weird to me because I'm a grown-ass man and these don't affect me in any way, you know? Maybe the Zoomers who grew up on these ones will think I'm a fucking idiot. Because I like the Skylanders Spyro more than the original, since that's the one I blew my entire life savings on as a kid, and this is the one that looks weird to me, even though his head looks like it's been repeatedly caved in with a shovel. It's still a lot nicer than what Microsoft did to Conquer, okay? I'm always gonna prefer the midlife crisis Spider-Man face to Temu Tom Holland because that's the one I sunk like 60 hours into. But then we look at movies, right, which are doing the complete opposite, where for some reason, whenever they adapt literally anything with an already beloved design, they have to turn it into the most overcomplicated, unrecognizable homunculus, like, you know, the American Godzilla taking the most iconic movie monster of all time and turning it into a T-Rex with bad posture, or basically any superhero costume from the 90s. Now, I bet you've been waiting for me to bring up the Sonic movie for like the 80th video.
I wonder the universe in the multiverse where the Sonic redesign didn't happen. Like that, I always think about random niche shit like that. If the multiverse is real, where everything that happened, the alternative happened in another universe, there is a universe identical to ours where they never did the Sonic redesign. And this is what all of the Sonic movies, I don't think there would have been a trilogy. I think if they released like this on the first one, it would have been so bad they never did another one.
I bet you've been waiting for me to bring up the Sonic movie for like the 80th video in a row. But nope, I'm gonna be nice this time, okay? Because you know what I think is worse than that? Nothing. Fuck this shit. But easy second place goes to the Power Rangers movie. That Megazord looks like fucking ass. Why would you take one of the most peak designs of all time and then just turn it into a dude, okay? This pasta tastes like shit because there's no goddamn sauce. The designers they get for the Disney live action remakes gotta have like the easiest job in the entire world because all they have to do is like look up a PNG of an animal and then call it Sebastian. Look at what they did to—
Oh my god, the fucking fish from Ariel.
My boy
Little Mermaid. Yeah, dude, they had to make him wide. He just looks like a fish. He literally just looks like a fish.
It is literally just a fish. This used to be a really big thing with superhero movies too, back when the Fox X-Men movies were terrified of primary colors and Galactus was a fart cloud. The first attempt at Deadpool showed everyone that removing literally every single defining aspect of a character is surprisingly a really bad idea. There were a lot of choices made with the Jared Leto Joker, and not a single one of them was good. And I think maybe the only consistent thing about the last couple phases of the MCU was them competing to see which redesign can be the biggest.
I think them getting Robert Downey Jr. to play another character in the MCU is so fucking stupid. It's fine when it's like Chris Evans and he's playing somebody from the Fantastic Four, which is like a detached series, and then he's also Captain America. But it's so dumb when like a modern hero, Iron Man, dies, and now we're gonna throw, what is it, Doctor Doom? We're gonna throw him into the fucking mix, but he's also still Robert Downey Jr. If you ever look at him when the movie's going on, I'm gonna be like, dude, that's Iron Man. And like all the other actors are gonna be like, Doctor Doom, we need to get rid of him. Like that doesn't look like, there should be a scene in the movie where they're like, you just look just like Iron Man.
MODOK went from this to a guy. The leader went from Green Megamind to a guy. Gore went from like maybe one of the sickest villain designs of all time to a guy. I get like you can't just go completely comic accurate with some of these or that shit's gonna look goofy as fuck. Like I think every Spider-Man movie's kind of crushed it with doing like a mix of their own thing while still being actually recognizable. Not you. Like even in Detective Pikachu, where they basically kept everything exactly the same, still had to make everything overly detailed to the point that it like killed my childhood dream of wanting to be a trainer by making me afraid of every—
I don't know. I thought Detective Pikachu did it well, because that's what they would look like. Because it's, hey, Pokemon are real. Because why would they look all smoothed out and creepy? You know, like this is creepy, but that's what Charizard would look like. He's not going to look like a smooth, cuddly fucking dragon. He's going to be something that looks like it would rip your face off.
Point that it like killed my childhood dream of wanting to be a trainer by making me afraid of every Pokemon in the movie. Same shit with the Minecraft movie, okay? That first trailer dropping didn't give me the greatest first impression when Steve was wearing this weird fucked up V-neck looking thing for some reason. But you know, after watching the movie, like honestly, it wasn't that bad. Minecraft is like basically impossible to translate to live action without looking—
The Minecraft movie, after watching it, was enjoyable, but underwhelming. A lot left to be had. It felt like there was really no conflict that was resolved, and there was no action or fear to begin with. It was like they forced a narrative of, hey, something's wrong, we need to fix it. I don't understand why they didn't just go, we need to beat the Ender Dragon to get back to the real world. And then the whole movie could have been that, rather than, hey, we need to fight some weird piglin monster that wants to have an orb that doesn't exist in the game to capture unlimited power. It's so fucking stupid. Like, I don't know why they didn't just go, hey, we need to beat the Ender Dragon.
Looking like a little cooked, so I think they honestly did like alright. They're all still kind of weird if you look at any of them for more than 2 seconds, but everything pretty much looks the same as the game.
That's so predictable, though. It's the fucking movie version of the game. It's the movie version of the game. No shit.
Just with like the RTX filter turned on, which is actually still better than Sonic 06, where because they wanted people to take it seriously this time, they made the art direction more realistic, which basically amounted to just making everyone longer. And even with the game fighting for its life to mesh the aesthetics of like disturbingly realistic people with giant talking cartoon animals, somehow no one got it as bad as Eggman.
Look at the top of his head.
But redesigns don't even have to be that radical of a change to piss people off, okay? Even just changing the shoes on the sexy M&M mascots was enough to cause Tucker Carlson to have a—
Tucker Carlson. Oh, so I can't be sexually attracted to the M&M. Instead of having sexy boots, we are moving her to having low platform slides. Okay.
mental breakdown on live TV.
The green M&M, you will notice, is no longer wearing sexy boots. Now she's wearing sensible sneakers. That's the goal. When you're totally turned off...
Dude, I want to jerk off! Fuck, I want to jerk off!
You really had to be there when the new Lola Bunny in Space Jam 2 dropped, okay? That shit was like 9/11 for the furry community. I don't know about you guys, but I like change, okay? Unless it's to like...
I mean, when I was a kid, I had a crush on Lola Bunny. Like Space Jam, Lola Bunny. When I was like 10, bro. That shit, I mean, like, I know, but bro. Every guy was like, whoa. Space Jam, Lola Bunny. She would flirt with Bugs, too. You remember that one scene where Bugs was about to have like a fucking goon moment, and she was like, you got that, Bug? Right here. Oh my god, here's the fucking scene where she like pulls him in, and he's like full fucking goon mode right now. He's tweaking. His heart's pounding out of his chest. Somebody said, I got jealous. You got jealous? You got like actually upset?
I said, you know, I would rather a completely dogshit redesign than everything just being exactly the same all the time, okay? The new How to Train Your Dragon and Stitch remakes are like borderline plagiarized, which is why they're both really boring and definitely gonna make...
I like it.
like $1 billion. The Donkey Kong in the new Mario Kart is a massive improvement for how he's looked for the last 5 console generations. Like, he looks like he's my friend now, and not like he's been holding back 25 years of unspoken knowledge about...
Well, I think that was also a good switch they made for Donkey Kong, because he kind of flipped from enemy to friend, and so you had to distinguish those two.
Cranky Kong's hard drive. One of the coolest things about The Legend of Zelda is that Link looks different in literally every game, and this man has never looked bad except that one time. My favorite example is always going to be the Transformers movies, even though not a single one of these even remotely resembles the thing they're meant to be based on, and also single-handedly caused a mental health crisis for comic book artists. Unless we're talking about every single time they've tried to do Wheeljack, okay? Both the one from the 3rd movie and the one that looks like a walking nerd emoji, because your character shouldn't be so ugly that
I haven't watched, like, any of the Transformers films outside of, like, the first one. There's one scene that always made me to want to watch the one, though, where they recruit all of, like, the bad criminal Transformers. Right here. This is gonna be so copyrighted. Editor, chop this shit out. Nah, it just looks so awesome. I love, like, the Suicide Squad lineup movies. You know what I mean? Like, that type of... I love anti-heroes. I love anti-heroes. Where it's like... That's why I really want to watch Thunderbolts. Because that's, like, what that whole movie is. Where, like, they recruit, like, criminals that have turned good. That shit's so awesome. Where they're like, we're going to make, like, a ragtag group of people that have to work together. And they all do intros of them. Like, the first Suicide Squad where they went over each of the characters they were recruiting was so fucking good. Oh my god, so good.
I'm celebrating when he gets domed, okay? Something I used to love about Transformers was how
You like Deadpool? Deadpool's like one of my favorite superhero movies.
much they would change shit every time they put out a new show. Like, it made all of these different parts of the franchise feel, like, really distinct and unique. So naturally, they've, like, gone and made everything look exactly the same for, like, the last 10 years. Like, the series they just put out a couple years ago, Earthspark, that no one watched, has, like, some of the sickest redesigns in the entire series for, like, 3 guys, and then the rest of the cast is still the exact same copy-pasted bullshit they've been putting out for the last 40 years. Okay, but in saying that, okay, so they did the show in the 90s called Beast Wars that doesn't have a single bad design.
I think doing redesigns is fine. I think they should get some audience feedback. If you're really panning towards, like, making it better, obviously you want to let that discretion, like, leave that discretion up to the artist sometimes. But, like, even the artist probably has to go to the heads of the company and they approve or deny it. Like, instead of the company head approving or denying it, get, like, feedback from the audience. Like, that's what Sonic did. And then it was good. Like, they released the trailer. Everybody fucking hated it. They bitched, and then they changed it.
Okay, every single one of these are bangers, except for whatever Gooner they got to do Black Arachnia.
You're not gonna quit on me now, Bowser. Not when I've had my nails done and everything.
Boobies.
Then, when they did the sequel to it, Beast Machines, they decided to make the entire cast of the show look like spindly sleep paralysis demons. I dare you to try and name me a worse redesign than literally any of these, okay? You can't, because there isn't any. Don't you dare say Ash from Pokemon, okay? At least he actually looks like a 10-year-old now. If you want to complain about anything in that...
That's, like, almost an unrecognizable redesign. Like, that's not that much of a difference. Versus at least he looks like a 10-year-old now. I'm really not recognizing much of a difference outside this guy's eyes look further apart.
If you want to complain about anything in that show, it should be about him progressively starving Pikachu to death for 150 seasons. I mean,
Okay, well, Pikachu does look morbidly obese in this first one. He looks like a squishmallow.
150 seasons. I mean, sometimes it's just about art style, man. Like, I'm always gonna think the classic Sonic designs are way better, except when they're in 3D, where they look like fucking dog shit. As a PSA for any 40-year-olds watching this, first of all, I don't know how you got here, and second, please just cover your ears for a moment, because I think that all of the
Squishmallow? Yeah, that's how I say it. Squishmallow. Marshmallow? I always say mallow.
designs for the new She-Ra are like 1,000,000 times better because they actually look like different characters now and not just the same person 15 times. Arcane was brave enough to ask the question, what if League of Legends designs were actually good? And Marvel Rivals just figured out that the secret to good character
Oh, Marvel Rivals. Oh, Marvel Rivals glaze, dude. I will fucking glaze that game till the day I die. Oh my god, Marvel Rivals? Marvel Rivals? Every character in that game's peak.
design is just to give everyone an ungodly amount of cake. Anyway.
Okay, no, that is kind of the method. Emma Frost leaning towards goon mode. Okay, that's... I don't know if that direction's the best because... but all the other characters, good. But Emma Frost, it's like the skins they come out with, it's like goon mode. Like they're like promoting goons.
Anyway, so yeah, that's about all I wanted to say. Thanks so much for watching, and
Yeah, no, that was a fucking good video. I enjoyed that. Yo, run a poll. I'm gonna go piss real quick.